Hey folks, this is Best in Slot and welcome to our very first workshop highlight series for Prehistoric Kingdom. The game just got workshop support within the last week and a half or so, and it has now been flooded with tons of incredible high quality items. We're talking over 1100 items that you can download and use in your parks right now. I've picked out 10 of the most popular and 10 of the ones that I like the most, but honestly I could have picked 200, no problem. I could have found 200 really cool items to show you. If you've been holding off of the game because you're maybe not into the whole intricate building, I really recommend you get hold of it now. Go get your workshop and you'll be able to build any kind of park you want just using other people's items. And this is after the first week, so give it a little bit of time, things will go a little bit crazy. So we're going to try to keep things relatively snappy because, as I say, 10 different items to take a look at today, actually slightly more, but 10 different people. The first one is Mr. Troodon's work. Now we know Mr. Troodon, of course, has done some fantastic work in several other dinosaur games, and they've built a whole series of JPOG-inspired buildings. So here we've got the JPOG-style visitor centre with its, there's got a flash door there, we've got the square helipads here at the back, we've got some little ticket booth in there, so it will function, if you wanted, as an actual entrance for your park. I don't know what's going on here, that's a little bit funky, but other than that, it's basically perfect. Very excited to build my visitor centre, but I've seen so many of them already, I'm a little bit, well, everyone else's is maybe slightly better. We've got a food kiosk over here, which, again, this burger is incredible. Maybe that's a stupid thing to get excited by, but that burger is immensely a cool work, and it really does look like it's been pulled right from JPOG. Even the pathing on the ground, that kind of square thatch sort of pathing looks absolutely perfect. Mr. Troodon has uploaded about 8 of these objects. I don't know the exact number, but there's tons and tons of different JPOG objects in his collection that you can go and download and build your own JPOG park. God, we might have to do that as a series. You can build your own JPOG park right here in Prehistoric Kingdom. Alright, moving on over here by Fahimium, we have the Mega Fauna Barn, and it is basically what it says on the tin. I'm trying to keep a good mix of objects for this entire series. I really want to show things that can be used for decoration and for utility, big things, little things, crazy things, not crazy things, just kind of trying to really give the idea that there is so much going on, in the workshop, and that you can find basically anything you want. But this is, in terms of utility, in terms of, if you wanted a place for your mammoths, essentially, absolutely ginormous, really good place for all those mega fauna to walk around, just sauropods and mammoths, etc, etc. Obviously you'd cover the floor maybe with some pathing or some other stuff. What have we got over there? Is there a floor? No, it's just a little thing in the corner there. Shh. There's a mailman outside. So you'd cover the floor, put some hay down, maybe put some enrichment items, but the point is it's a nice looking barn, big, very utilitarian looking, so you'd have this sort of towards the back of your park and let your animals sleep there at night. Right, moving on. This is very cool. This is by Moral _ This is a lot of you will recognize this instantly, of course. This is the Prehistoric Park Portal Nursery. We even have what I believe is meant to be the portal. Even has that beautiful round shape right there at the start. And honestly, it looks like it has been ripped directly out of Prehistoric Park. Apologies, I've occasionally sunk these down in not quite the right way. But you can see we've got little troughs there, and yeah, it is ripped straight from Prehistoric Park. It's really, really impressive work. And this is exactly what I mean. Now that we have a dinosaur game that has these building capabilities, you're going to see a whole lot of varied references from around dinosaur history. We've got the walkway up here, which looks really, really cool. Definitely doing something like this for the raptor paddock in Jurassic World as well in the future, but yeah, I don't know, just really cool stuff. So that was by Moral. I've got one more I'm going to show you right at the end, but it lags my game, so we're saving that for the end. This is, and again, just trying to show a bit of variety here, this is Cope's Cafe Shop. Don't know what Steve's Cafe Shop is doing, but this is Cope's, and this is by Black Herod, which is a fantastic name, it must be said. And it's just this beautiful, huge, really detailed table. Let's hop into, there we go. This beautiful, huge, really detailed coffee shop, really varied. Really interesting floor pattern, as you can see there. Look at that, that's beautiful work. We've got seating areas inside here, loads of little chairs in here that have been, custom-made chairs, custom-made umbrella things, little pots here. There's the actual serving station. Indoors, it's just like a modern Starbucks-esque sort of thing. We've got planters hanging from the roof, we've got all the menu signs over there. The little Cope's sign. These plants on here look great. It's really cool. It's a really cool looking coffee shop. Really modern, really cool aesthetic, would fit into a wide variety of zoos, to say the least. Moving on over here, I've got a couple of things from this person. This is Mrs. T-Rex, and she's done some really, really useful props. Again, if you want to build like a realistic looking park kind of thing, but you don't want to do all the intricate work yourself, Mrs. T-Rex is here for you. First of all, we've got car park props. So of course you can see here all the different things you need. You just think you'd put like a black flooring down, you'd sink these down into it, and you can really easily build a car park. You've got like a zebra crossing, you've got the disabled parking sections and wheelchair parking, drop off and pick up, ticket booth kind of things. And then we've got a whole bunch of signs as well. Honestly, it's like, I don't know why someone's first instinct upon getting Prehistoric Kingdom is to build parking stuff, but I think it's awesome that it is, because now we have these incredible options and people can go and build. Look at this ticket booth. This ticket booth is insane. Like, I know my intricate sticker work, as you've seen on this channel, but this is pretty crazy looking work right here. And they've done a little bit more as well. I do try to mix things up, as in I don't want to highlight the same people too much, but Mrs. T-Rex also did this really cool, well, this thing here, basically, this play pen, play set, tropical themed play area for the kids. Just really good stuff to make your park feel more like a real place rather than just a collection of prehistoric animal exhibits. Lovely stuff. And we're going to check out some aviaries to finish things off. So, I mean, that is awesome looking. So from the outside, it's okay. This wood's a little bit orange for my liking. I'm very picky, what can I say? This is a Microraptor Aviary by the Toastmaster. And inside, though, it is so cool. So we've got this ginormous aviary with this walkthrough here. And of course, you could use this as an aviary. You can put aviaries down in this game and then get rid of the glass casing around the outside. So you could fill this with your Archaeopteryx, you could fill this with your Microraptors, and your guests will walk in and they'll walk along, look out to the sides and see your Microraptors and see your Archaeopteryxes flying around. I really like the use of the oh yeah, that's cheeky actually. I didn't even notice that. I really like the use of these backdrop panels here to make it sort of have that zoo-ish tropical kind of theme. We've got a little waterfall in the distance. Very, very cool work. Before we look at the other two aviaries, I was in an aviary mood. Down here as well, we've got a little terrarium, which I think is a really, really cool idea. Now, obviously, it doesn't have anything in it, but it is a double-sided terrarium. Both sides are slightly different. We've got this rocky, sort of moist-looking one over there, and then we've got this sort of one with the logs and stuff like that. Got the little signs down here, just general vibey things. And the point is, you dot a couple of these in. You can even see the lights there at the top and the vents. Dot a couple of these in, and although they're not going to be populated with anything, you could, if you wanted, build like a teeny tiny animal, since we can scale things in Prehistoric Kingdom. It's quite a cool idea, actually. But this is the benefit of the scaling, being able to, you know, make these tiny little plants and sort of squeeze them down. He's moving slightly. Just get these tiny little plants and sort of squeeze them in there. And if you had a few of these kind of sitting in the distance, you think, yeah, little terrariums. Very cool. Right, two more aviaries to go. We've got this one over here. This is the MMM Ornate. Did I mention this was by Paleoman? I think so. This is the MMM Ornate Aviary by Magnanimous Matt. And if you want to check Matt's workshop collection as well, there's a few people on this list who've done lots of great stuff. Matt has done tons of really impressive building work. I highly recommend checking out their workshop. And yeah, so we've got another aviary kind of thing here. Again, same deal. You kind of fill this in with all your aviary items, all your things. There's areas here if they wanted to fly out into like a wider area. Maybe this is their home. Maybe you can shut those if you wanted. I think they're meant to kind of function as gates there, as you can see. And it's got this kind of European medieval sort of aesthetic a little bit, with that sort of cracked stone and the overgrowing here and the sort of the dark thatched roof. And then this ornate sort of steelwork at the sides, which looks really, really cool. It looks a little bit like it could be from Bloodborne, which is really cool and which I really like. So again, another fantastic aviary. And both of these aviaries are beautiful, but if you wanted to go totally bloody bonkers with your aviaries, then Dish Doggy has your back. Because right here we have the Native American Thunderbird Aviary. So first of all, it's got very much a Jurassic Park aesthetic. It very much looks vaguely similar, a little bit more detailed, a little bit more stuff going on. But you know, this kind of combination of the steel there and this kind of chunky concrete is quite Jurassic World in terms of the aesthetic. I've got the aviary sign there. There's really nice sort of almost Grecian kind of entrance, I would say. And then we've got these big hanging planters. Again, the scaling tool really coming in handy there. These trees kind of, you could get rid of these super easily if you wanted to. I probably would. Yeah, it looks really good. And then the Thunderbird symbol itself, love the colours, love how that's been made. That just looks absolutely fantastic. And that's without even heading inside. So let's do just that. Let's walk through the door. Dun, dun, dun. You walk inside and you've got this, as you can see, this kind of I mean, you could use this as an aviary, but you could use this as anything else, right? All you'd have to do is put a fence around the outside, like a teeny tiny fence, or even an invisible fence. Hopefully these would block it off, I'd have to find out. But you put a little fence all the way around here, and you could have this as like a coliseum, stadium kind of thing for your dinosaurs. And I love how this staircase has been done, because it's not even all the way around, as you can see, but you can see you can come up the stairs here and kind of walk around this area in here. It looks like it needs maybe a little bit of fixing here and there, but not that big a deal. And then you'd look out into here and observe your aviaries or your dinosaurs. Maybe you'd build like a multi-level thing in the middle. Maybe you'd have some big pillars in there and kind of do, again, a Jurassic World aviary kind of thing. But either way, a very, very cool building. This work here is really cool. And it does open at both sides, as you can see. So really, people just really blowing me away with their skills in this game. There is tons and tons and tons of other things out there as well. Absolutely loads of stuff on the workshop. But you can see already, you've got your crazy big stuff, you've got your really useful utilitarian stuff like the Caf Shop and the parking and stuff like that. We've got the reference stuff. It's a really, really cool mix, and it's really cool to see the community just kind of load the workshop with all this great stuff. However, there's one man you can trust to go a little crazier than everyone else. And there's a reason I've saved this one for last. This is the Star Destroyer by, I'm sure you've heard of him, Rudy Rencamel. So I'm just going to click. And there's a reason the game has now lagged. Because, let's just move. I'm going to try to rotate into a bit of light. There we go. Place. Give me about an hour. I mean, I have a pretty beastie PC. And even that's a bit like, you want to stop now. You want to calm down a little bit, buddy. Let me just try to put it away, because now there's 2 Star Destroyers on the screen. So if I can... And there we go. We're absolutely fine. This is obviously the Star Destroyer from Star Wars by Rudy Rencamel. And I don't think I have to say much about how utterly bloody insane this is. The level of detail, the sheer scale of the freaking thing. And look at that. It looks plucked right. This is mad. I can't imagine how many hours this took. I can't imagine the amount of time this took, but it really does look like it's ripped straight from Star Wars. It's crazy. I don't know how he does it. He's a madman. Look at the back of it. I mean, isn't that absolutely stunning? I've got like such a... I'm not even that big on Star Wars, and I've got such a stupid giddy grin on my face. I mean, look at the detail work here. Look at this. Look at it. I don't understand. Like, my brain can't really, like... My brain sees this, it's like, no, doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't fathom what it's seeing, basically. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, and the most impressive thing on the work... Not the most useful thing, probably the least useful thing on the workshop, but for me, the most impressive. I think it's a staggering piece of work, I really do. But, not that surprised, must be said. Right, okay, we're going to end it. I'm going to delete this just so I can actually move around a little bit more freer. But yeah, there's tons of great stuff. I'm excited to, in future, there's just so much that came out since I said I was going to do this series. Over 1,000 pieces. I feel like I've had to neglect tons of brilliant pieces just because otherwise we'd be here for hours. Every now and again, maybe we'll do like a collection of like the best things you could download to make a park and stuff like that. That sounds like a good idea. But next week, we'll come back with the same video, and that video will just be what's released in the last week, basically. So I'll just check out the latest week, and that way there's much less to pick from, and I can really curate it a little bit harder. But yeah, these were all fantastic pieces of work. Highly recommend them. You can find them all on the Steam Workshop, of course. You can just search for the names of either the items or indeed the usernames that I've given you throughout this video, and they should have popped up in the bottom if I did do that. Right, okay, thank you very much for joining me for this first episode of the series. If people like it, of course, we'll be back for lots more. Thank you for joining me. Throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. Throw me a comment. Let me know what's your favourite of the 10. What are you most excited about? We should be back tomorrow or Monday with my own Prehistoric Kingdom build. I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm kind of vibing with the T-Rex Kingdom at the moment for some reason. I don't really know why, but I figure I can then at least put a dinosaur in the park, so we might do that. That might be a lot of fun. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.